Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends and fellows, look, whatever we are desirous of achieving, wherever we are desirous of reaching, whatever we want to become, all of that needs certain qualities, needs certain preconditions to be met. What are these preconditions? What are those certain qualities? I think there are several, but we are not going to talk about each and everyone else. Rather, we have taken the key point out of all those things, because if at all we succeed in meeting these key points, I believe that we will be able to achieve whatever we are what desirous of achieving. We will be able to reach wherever we are willing to reach. We will be able to become whatever we are trying to become. So that is all quite possible. So my dear friends and fellows, I think what is needed here is that we need to create just one thing, and that one thing is called the self discipline. Self discipline must be created, and there is a way to do that. There is a technique to do that. What are the ways to create a self discipline? What are the ways to somehow manage ourselves in a better way? If at all we succeed in doing all that, I believe that we will be able to do all that. So there are certain points, there are several points, there are only 7 points which we have taken, because these 7 points are much more important as compared to all other points. So if at all we do understand, if at all we try to adopt the 7 of these points, I believe that we will be able to reach our destination. I believe that we will be able to achieve whatever we are desirous of achieving. Now let's go toward all of those 7 points. First of all, it is honest self-reflection, and first of all, it is self-discipline involves controlling impulses to achieve goals. Yes, we need to understand that self-discipline, in self-discipline involves controlling impulses to achieve our goals. Yes, if at all we are successful enough in controlling the impulses, I believe that we will be able to reach our goals. And now the second thing is honest self-reflection identifies strengths and weaknesses. Yes, we need to honestly do the self reflection. Why? Because it will tell us what are my strengths, and what kind of opportunities will be available to me because of my strength. So I need to consolidate it. And on the other hand, what are my weaknesses, and what because of these weaknesses, what kind of threats are lurking there for me. So I need to eradicate, I need to overcome and control those weaknesses of mine. So this thing is called the SWOT analysis. Now the third thing is that is the smart goal setting. Smart goal setting creates targets and sense of progress as well. So there are, while setting the goal, we need to know the 5 things only. We need to take care of the 5 things. If at all we are setting a goal, what are those 5 things? The first one is specific. My goal must be clearly defined. The second one is measurable. It must be able to measure. If at all I want to achieve, let's say 1 million, so it should be measured that I am able to achieve 150,000 till now, or whatever it is. So the second thing is my goal must be measurable. Now the second is the third letter is A. It means it should be attainable, it should be a realistic one, it should be a practical one, it should be a pragmatic one. It shouldn't be too big that I won't be able to achieve. So it must be attainable. And now the third is or now the fourth is or. It should be relevant, that after the achievement it must bring great improvement in my life. So that is being relevant. And the last and the fifth is T. T mean it should be time bound. I should be able to tell myself, I should write it somewhere, that by the end of that date, by the end of that time, I should be able to have this. So this is smart goals. Smart goal setting creates targets and sense of progress. Now the fourth thing, that is consistent Consistent routines make favorable behaviors habitual. Yes, consistent routine, make favorable behaviors habitual. Our favorable behavior, the cherished behavior, we will become habitual if at all we are trying to develop the consistent routines. It is so much important. Now the fifth is, that is root cause of the setbacks should be addressed compassionately. Root cause of the setbacks, of course there will be certain failures, of course there will be certain setbacks, of course there will be certain points where I shall be feeling, you might be feeling inadequate in a situation like this one. I think we need to become warm and understanding toward oneself, and that is called the self compassion. I think self compassion must be there. It is the root cause of the setbacks should be addressed compassionately. First of all, every time I fail or somebody fail, I think we must come to understand what is the root cause of it. And once we are better able to understand the root cause of it, only then we will be able to eradicate. Although a good amount of self discipline or the willpower, these are the same thing, is needed for all that. So dear friends and fellows, I think that we need to develop now the sixth is using tools like apps and communities. Builds accountability. We need to have the apps, certain apps, and we need to join certain communities, because these certain communities will be holding us accountable. There the people are holding each other accountable and giving the tips on how to do all that, how to become more self disciplined, how to become more self control person, how to develop the more self willpower. So all of that by root cause of this. Now that is using tools like apps and communities builds accountability. Now the seventh and the last is balance through self care prevents the burnout. Balance through self care prevents the burnout. We need to understand what is the burnout. If at all we have lost the motivation, like somebody is not motivated anymore and not willing to struggle, not willing to work hard. Why? Because this person has been the workaholic, because there was no balance in the life of this person. Because of lacking the balance in the life of this person, what did happen? That a kind of burnout has taken place. I think that shouldn't be situation here. How can we avoid that? We need to take care of ourselves. We need to develop a routine of self care, because we ourselves are our own basic resource. And if at all I am not healthy enough, if at all I'm not alive, I'm not healthy, I am not taking care of myself, I have not taken the balance in my life, it actually means that I might become the victim of burnout. So to be able to avoid this burnout like situation, I think I need to take care of myself, and taking care of myself, it might be more important than any other thing. So that's all about how to develop the self discipline. It is something which is extremely important. Failing to understand, failing to implement, that will be quite disastrous for each one of us. That is all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.